Welcome back to another episode of Put It on the List. We have another great show for you today. We break down some trailers, rapid fire style, bang, bang, bang. Nerd news of the week. We watched a lot of stuff this week. We add some cool things to the list. And of course, our world famous double feature. Let's start the show. I'm Francisco, and I'm here with my sometimes emotionally unavailable real life Roy Kent. Fuck off, Andres.
Hey,
Fuck off.
what's up?
Yeah, you can't even do it, bro. Like you just do your normal fuck off.
Nah, it's too mellow. I gotta do that right. Oh, fuck off.
Fuck off. Fuck.
Oh.
He's just brooding the whole time. Anger. And man, just being fucking angry like that all the time. God damn.
Just nobody talks to this asshole.
No to this fucking cunt. Oh my! I guess I can get away with it over there.
What's crazy is that dude. He doesn't. You see him like he has a. You could look at his old stand up. Actually, I think he was here. He's about to be here doing stand up. And that dude, he's more like a regular mellow dude. And then for that role, he's got the thing.
Yeah.
Like all right.
Yeah.
All right. Go for you. Go for you, Holmes.
Yeah. We will be talking about some Ted Lasso later. So that's why we bring him up. Yeah. How you been this week? Shout out to all the mothers. Word to your mother. Happy Mother's Day.
Yes. Shout out to all the moms today, which you can hear this days after Mother's Day.
Yeah.
But yeah, good. Busy. But not watching as much as I'd like to, but I watched enough, more than enough to get into some shit with you.
You scraped by.
Scraped by.
I did. I watched some shit, and I went through some real life pain. The Warriors are out.
That's right.
It hurts. Can't win it all. And yeah, I guess, better luck next year.
I wanted to check in on you, but I'm like, fuck that guy. He's fine.
I mean, I was okay. I was sad. It was not sad.
But I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
They lost by like 20, so like it's not like it was a squeaker at the end or something, right?
I know. It was like loosey-goosey, bro. It was not fucking a squeaker. It was wide open, as they would say.
Yeah.
Off to the races.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like, and that's like, at first I was upset because like, you're killing me. There's no energy, no passion, no nothing. And that's what happens, man, when you're playing good teams. But yeah, man, one guy can't do it by himself. So off to next year.
They need a Ted Lasso. That's who they need. They need someone to like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see. Like every game, it was like they had a different game plan. And it was just like, dude, you're in the fucking second round of the playoffs and you still don't know who the fuck you are. You're still throwing shit against the wall to see what sticks. It's tough, dude. It's tough.
That's rough.
So
yeah. Let's get into some happier times for you.
All right. Let's do it.
All right.
We got trailers.
Lots of trailers.
Yeah, lots of trailers.
First, you had a shout out you wanted to, or is this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Daft Punk. 10-year anniversary of Random Access Memories. It was their last full-length album they did. 10 years. Crazy.
You know what's even crazier? The fact that you put this down there like 2 days ago. It's either yesterday or the day before. I actually was listening to this album when I was cooking in the kitchen the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It just randomly popped up and I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's chill. It's like the chillest, coolest, like.
Yeah, it's just fucking awesome.
It's just, it's a dope album. And it's like 10th anniversary. I'm assuming, all right, there's a song on there where one of them starts talking about like his past and his history and disco and being in Germany. And is that a 10-year anniversary thing or is that on the original album?
That's on the original album.
Wow, okay. I've never heard that before.
And he's not part of Daft Punk. He was kind of like Daft Punk kind of looked up to that guy because he basically
Okay.
he made like the disco sound, like like he did like he made some Donna Summer songs and stuff like that. But everybody calls me Georgia, Georgia. But
Okay, I didn't know who it was. I just heard a voice. I'm like, is this one of the dudes talking? Like, I didn't know they did that. But I was like,
no, they
okay.
were just kind of like giving them flowers and like like they looked up to that guy.
All right. Yeah, it's cool.
He was
Yeah,
one of the first guys that was using synthesizers and shit.
that album was pretty damn dope. Definitely recommend that shit.
And shout out to my primo Mario for rubbing it in. He has the he picked up the special vinyl for it. And I'm like, the cover's different. They're like the helmets is like made out of glass or something. It looks crazy. And he got it. And I'm like,
it's like a limited thing or something.
Yeah. I'm sure it is. Sure.
eBay, just go pay like 10 times more for it on eBay and it's worth it. Fuck that.
It looks sexy. I was like, oh, that looks fucking sexy.
Maybe you can find a print of the thing. I don't know. I'll look.
Yeah.
I'll look for you.
Yeah. I have the original on vinyl, but not this one. I wonder if there's extra. I know they released one extra song with some other guy talking on it, but a new guy. He was talking while making the song. He's like, "What if I do this and what if I do that?" And like it's going to the beat and shit. It's pretty interesting. But all right, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Daft Punk, man. Miss you guys
For sure.
All right. Next up, we got trailers.
Yes, sir.
Rapid fire.
Yeah, here we go. Go.
All right. First up, we got the Meg 2, August 4th. Did you watch the first one?
Yes.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah.
And what are your thoughts on this one?
It looks like they're taking all the ridiculousness of the first one and doubling down. And
Yeah.
I'm in. I don't know what to tell you. I'm in. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the first one's all you need to know. It was fun. Even when I first read about it, because they were trying to make this film for like 10 years. Like they were working on it. I'm like, this is like, all right. And this is like an over the top. It's about a megalodon shark, which is like, I don't know,
prehistoric, fucking
much bigger than the fucking great white. Like he would pick his teeth with a great white. You know what I mean? It's like like the size of a battleship. I don't know what to tell you. But man, and then they just go all out. Like there's like the underground fucking base. It's all made of glass. Because you can see a lot in the fucking pure darkness. Except for the shark like staring at you, like lots of great. It's like they build these underground bases purely to have the shit scared out of them by things swimming by. So I'm like, that's the only reason, and to get attacked and destroyed. And then I'm all for it. Because there is some fun stuff, and it's ridiculous. It's a cartoon, but you know what you're getting into, and this is gonna be a continuation of that. And please, and there's some shots in the trailer. I'm like, all right, whatever, man. I'm good.
Me too, man. I was like, oh, look at that shot. No thanks. But fuck it. I guess fucking physics doesn't matter.
No, at all.
Yeah. So anyways.
I guess Jason Statham was doing a lot of leg days for this book. I was like, what?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, anyways. It was don't question it, just watch it.
Exactly. It's a cartoon. Giant
have fun with it.
Yeah. I'm in.
Speaking of fun, next up, we got the official trailer for a Hulu original, Flaming Hot, based on Flaming Hot Cheetos fame.
Yeah. Do you see who's directing?
No, who was it?
Eva Longoria.
Oh,
pretty
nice.
Cool. Yeah.
I didn't know that was going to be like, this is for the Raza movie, but wait, man, I'll take it.
I think it looks cool. I think it looks fun. The tone is right there. It's kind of like, it's very cheeky, and it's kind of like shows them eating the corn, look at the chips and the corn, the kid, it's hot, go away. Like, they kind of own a lot of stuff. I'm like, dude, it's like the perfect balance of like,
cheese dick and
they're going to tell that story, but in a fun way versus like yes, we were testing this and numbers came back and they were 28% approval. Like, no, it's just some fun. This is awesome. Like, all right, cool.
Yeah. I got a little hood there. It's pretty funny. We'll see how it turns out, but hey, I'm with it's gonna be on Hulu, so I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, it's 98 minutes or something like that, like on Hulu. Easy in, get out, fun, good cast. All right, moving on. We got Bird Box Barcelona.
Yeah. Because if you didn't get enough Bird Box, we got Barcelona now. What'd you think? Did you watch the first Bird Box?
No. I know. I'm on the fence. It kind of came and went at a weird time, and I think it was like Netflix's
Yeah.
biggest film, and it was right when I think the pandemic hit, and I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go watch some fucking baking shows right now. I don't need this end of the world stuff while the world's ending.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was definitely that.
Yeah, I
It
never
was
got
double
into
ending.
it. Yeah, I didn't want to get into it, but this one looks cool. I mean, I understand the idea. It's very claustrophobic feeling for me. Like it's like, I hate that feeling. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But why Barcelona?
It's very anxiety inducing. You know, like if you're an anxious person, the shit'll, you know, it'll dose you up. But I'm hoping that since they're not going to spend a lot of money on the cast, like it's an unknown cast, you know, so maybe they put some money into the production and writing and tying up the script.
No famous people live in Barcelona.
No. Yeah. So
do you think the first one needed the script tightened up more?
There were some like questionable decisions, like by people. You know what I'm saying? Why'd they do that? And I wish they would have explained some things a little further.
Okay. But are you in? Are you in for this one?
I'm gonna check it out. Yeah. Okay. You know, roll the dice.
I mean, it's on Netflix, man.
This is Creepy Corner Fringe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's got like a little bit of suspense. So, and maybe some monsters, you know, so it's gonna be there. We're gonna tune in.
Let me know how.
All right. Here's one that you put on.
Yeah.
Poor Things.
Did you watch the trailer?
I did watch the trailer.
Do you understand what the trailer is about?
No.
Me neither.
I wrote on my notes, I was like, weird. That's all I wrote. Weird. Because I do not know what the fuck is happening in any shot, really. I think the one thing I was like, man, I miss Mark Ruffalo not being in Marvel movies. I like Mark Ruffalo just in regular movies. Yeah. And I'm like, man, he looked funny, and you know, we'll see. I don't know what it's about.
The director, man, that dude directed The Lobster. If you've seen The Lobster, you'd be like, that movie is also out there. And then he directed The Favorite, also with Emma Stone, who's also in this new film. That Favorite was what led into The Great. It's the same producer, writers type folks. Mm-hmm. So that kind of like, all right, cool. I mean, they just do shit that's like out there. And it's like, don't expect like a beginning, middle, of an end to a film. It's just going to be what it's going to be. You just kind of strap in, maybe have some beverages with you, and just kind of, all right, here we go. Let her rip. And hopefully you fucking laugh. Because, I don't know what to tell you.
Hopefully your brain is not scrambled eggs when you leave.
Yeah. I don't think this guy, they're just out there. Visually, this film looks like out there. It's like almost like a Wes Anderson looking like, all right.
But like a disturbed Wes Anderson. Yeah. Because most Wes Anderson is like happy-ish, tones. You know what I'm saying? This is a little darker. This is like, hey, somebody did something. Yeah. Who made you so mad?
So mad.
But all right, moving on.
Yeah.
We got a biggie, Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. Yeah. Did you watch the trailer?
No, I just want to watch it.
Yeah.
Dude, there's so many visual treats that happen in his films, and I've heard different ways of how they're shooting this thing and photographing some of the how do I call it? Like the nuclear reactions, yada yada yada. And I heard they're like I just want to be like super surprised and open to whatever it's going to be. I don't want any visual. I want nothing.
Yeah. But they don't really show any nuclear shit in the trailer. It's just it's a sausage fest in brown suits. Yeah, man, it was like, there's no women. That's my note. There's no women in 1940 something.
There's no scientist women, probably. I mean, that's probably how the way that things were back then.
Hidden Figures, bro. Watch it. Facts.
I watched it. I think that was the 60s. But go ahead.
Bro, they were around before then.
I agree, but yeah. Christopher Nolan's not known for his strong female leads.
No. But, I mean, we'll see. I mean, there were some interesting like shots that they showed, but I don't remember seeing any explosions. It was a lot of like close-ups of guys be like, what did we do? You know, like questioning, shit that they're going to do. So we'll see, man. I don't know. Like I might like. How did you feel about Dunkirk?
I didn't like it.
Yeah, see. So I just hope it doesn't fall. Like I watched it once and I didn't hate it. I love all the Tom Hardy shit because it was exciting.
Yeah.
But
I did the
then the other
pacing
stuff,
just threw me off. I was like, they kind of would bring me in, then they kick me out of the boat, and they bring me in just a little bit, and
yeah,
they kick me out. Like, what are you guys doing? Just fucking keep it consistent a little bit, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, I
Imagine if it
couldn't.
was a movie about dogfights, aerial dogfights, and Tom Hardy, and you'd be like, "Oh my god, this is the greatest movie of all time."
But it wasn't.
But
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Anyways.
Sadness. Womp
Yeah.
womp. All right, moving on to something hilarious.
Yeah.
The Righteous Gemstones are back.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, fucker?
I'm excited. Dude, I think we watched the first
Yeah.
season at least once. Definitely the second season. I mean, we power through it. Like, I love the fact that everything that happens basically in the first season, it's like nuts. And the second season, nothing is referred to from the first season.
No.
Like at all. I'm like, I thought it was gonna like inform something. Like,
Yeah.
no, it's like it never happened. And the second, I assume the second season is gonna be similar. And I mean, with the third season not being, mentioned from the second season, but looking forward to it. It looks like it has all like over the top crazy characters. And for those listening, explain the gemstones.
All right. It follows a family that are TV religious
Televangelists.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And basically they just live off the the wealth of poor people that believe in whatever they're preaching. And they're a bunch of dipshits and dumbasses. And yeah, they're not, it's not about religion for them, tell you that much. It's just about,
I think they're religious. They just don't, that's like not their priority. Their priority is like
vanity, selfish, money.
It's a cartoon. Like it's not like it's a serious thing. It's super cartoony, over the top. Like it's like ridiculous, but it's like it has so many great moments. You're like, oh my god, you just can't. You're just gonna be dying.
Which character are you waiting to see the most?
Baby Billy.
Uncle Baby Billy. Oh my god, yeah. Him and what's the young guy's friend / slave guy?
I forgot his name. I always forget his name. It's like the most awkward fucking, you're just like, what is happening here?
I don't know, man. You could have made a couple of left turns and a right turn, dude. That I could see that happening to you, bro. Because of all the metal you listen to, and he's like,
And it could have ended up like in a Christian camp, and then that could have led to
because all the darkness imprisoning him, because that's what metal guys sing about. All the darkness.
It was the trippiest storyline. You're like, all right. There was some weird shit. Yeah. Warning to people watching it for the first time: be prepared for some NC-17.
Oh yeah,
GIMP level. Like what?
Yeah, it's not for children.
No, not at
all.
It's
not.
But so as I was saying, I'm not looking forward to more of that. I'm looking forward to more Baby Billy. Oh my god, that guy stole every scene.
Yeah, he did. All
and
right, man.
And the sister, actually, the first season, that's where I've seen her in films, but it wasn't until this show where I was like, they knew her talent, and they're like, we're gonna put a spotlight on her talent because she is hilarious. You give her the right lines at the right time. Dude, she's the scene stealer. She like just steals so many scenes. She's hilarious.
I would love to see like a blooper reel.
Oh man,
it'd be crazy between her and what's his name? The main guy,
Danny McBride.
Danny McBride. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
It'd be funny. But all right, moving on. So that's like next month. June.
Yeah, so those are our trailers right there, man.
Yeah.
Powered through them. There was quite a bit. Yeah. All right, moving on to news and tidbits. Our weekly nerd news. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna butcher the guy's name, but Mr. Cornsweet and Holt are in the mix for the Superman Legacy, directed by James Gunn,
who's Guardians of the Galaxy is doing very well in theaters right now.
Yeah. He's on a run, bro. He's like, when is the last bad movie he's made? You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's funny that this film is like something I would never have guessed he would do, but the fact that he's
yeah,
doing it is intriguing. So I'm like,
yeah,
okay, what's this guy gonna do?
yeah. Like, because you can't, like, the type of characters that he's been directing or the films that he's been making, they're like super flawed and like, you know, borderline not good people, you know what I'm saying? Or so it's like, and here we are he's gonna direct Superman, which is like the hope for humanity and like, you know, all the good that is in somebody he's supposed to portray. So it's gonna be interesting how he handles the mythology of
More
Superman.
of a lighter tone than a darker tone because he does some very dark tone stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So it's
I'm
gonna be
excited
interesting.
though. But Nicholas Hoult is in the mix. Apparently, he's the only one in the mix to play Lex Luthor.
That's interesting. I'm down, man. He can do it.
He's an actor. The only thing I would say I would love for Lex Luthor to be a little bit older. You know what I mean? I always see Luthor as like the older, wiser psycho to Superman's younger, more happier, more positive, you know, energy.
Yeah.
And but
I think they're going kind of like Smallville style, where they're both basically the same age. And that guy, I'm sorry, Corin Sweat. I never heard of this guy.
Yeah,
but he looks the part. He's got that chin. You know, he's like, oh yeah, man, I can believe that guy's like a Mr. All America, Kansas. You know.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Yeah, looks cool, man.
I mean, he's not official yet, and neither of them are official yet. They're just
there's just rumors.
Forerunners.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's exciting. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Next up, sticking to some nerd stuff, we got Spider-Verse 2 aims to make $70 to $80 million on launch. I think that's kind of low.
Me too. I mean, what did Guardians do? I figured it'd be up there with like Guardians level type.
Yeah, but is it because it's an animated film? But Mario Brothers cleaned up. Guardians did like 122, I think.
I would not be surprised that sometimes what they'll do is they'll put the estimate way, way low just to be safe. And when it comes in what they think it's really going to hit, like 120 or something, they're like, it beat expectations. Like, you knew it was going to kick ass. That shit won an Academy Award and everyone loves this film. Like, dude. Yeah. So we'll see. Either way, it's going to be awesome.
I know, man.
2. I'm trying to keep my shit together.
I wonder what the runtime is going to be on that. I hope it's like 210. That's good. 210.
That's a tough one for an animated thing too, because it takes so long to do it all. But all right, what do we got next?
Next, we got kind of confusing news. We got Disney and Hulu to combine later this year, but they're still gonna have Hulu separate. Because you can still do the Hulu, Disney, ESPN Plus combo, but you can just have Hulu on Disney Plus.
It's like they're going to change the name, but put more content on Disney, but they're going to leave Hulu, but eventually it's going to go away. It's, I don't know, until it all shakes out in laundry.
Yeah.
I'm just like, if I just push power on my little whatever Roku box and that shit's not there anymore, then I have my answer. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah.
Along with
we're 9 days away from Max being born.
That's all about. Yeah, dude, apparently you're just gonna turn on the app and it's gonna be all done for you. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's just gonna be Max.
So to be determined on that one. All right. Mysteries. Moving on. This one's cool. This one's cool.
Why don't you take this away?
Yeah. They announced a new film starring Daisy Ridley, directed by Martin Campbell. It's I think it's called The Cleaner. And Martin Campbell directed GoldenEye and Casino Royale, two of the 3 of the last best Bond films in the last 15 years. And she plays like a high-rise cleaner, and somewhere in London, it's like the tallest glass tower in London. She's like a glass cleaner that just happens to have a military background. And some terrorists take over, Die Hard, and she's got to go and like save all the people on the inside. And apparently, like, the majority of the film takes place on the outside of this tower as we're trying to like go from like the top floor down outside the building to save all these people. I think it sounds cool. I don't like heights, but I think it's an opportunity to do some really fun stuff. And Martin Campbell, man, he makes like an amazing film every 10 years. So I think he's due. He's due.
And he also makes amazingly shitty films every other time.
Yeah, that's not talking. So yeah, hopefully he's due for his good one.
What was his last one?
I don't recall.
That's good. That's not good. That's not trending good.
But he has it's got an opportunity. So I'm like, cool, let's do it. Plus the premise is like, oh, I don't like heights. So I'm like, all right, this would be freaky. So this should be cool.
We should rank the worst comic book movies.
The worst? All right, we'll do that. But I don't like shitting on things too bad, but maybe the ones that
bro, come on, there's some movies that you just can't watch.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right.
So Mr. Campbell's, you know,
tell him about your history.
He hurt me.
Right in the cornice.
Yeah, right in the parallax. But yeah, I'm a big Green Lantern fan. It's my favorite book to read if I'm reading like just superhero stuff. And he fucked it, you know, and
I don't know if it was him though, man. I think the studio just I think there's
and the miscast. I'm like so miscast.
I think there's just way too many cooks in that kitchen because when there's that much money involved, I think too many people were just getting involved. And I saw the trailer and I was like, I'm good. And I passed.
I went to watch it. I had to see it for myself.
I never watched it.
Yeah.
I think your tears are enough to convince me not to do it.
And then, you know, you watch it when there's a lot of expectations when you watch movies and you're like, and they don't meet your expectations and you're bummed out. But then you wait a couple years, the expectations are gone and we're like, oh, maybe it's not that bad. And you rewatch some things and it'll change your mind and stuff. But no, this shit is a fucking turd. It sucked all the times I've watched it. And I've watched it more than 2 times. I just can't believe it. I'm like, look what they did to Kilowog. Look what they did to, oh my God.
They killed my baby.
Why Sinestro? Oh my God. But yeah. So
yeah, my condolences.
Yeah, so we'll see, Mr. Campbell. But yeah.
Live action. All right. What's the next thing we got?
Next thing, Good Omens. This has been coming for a while. Season 2.
Not really. They only announced it like not that long ago, which is crazy.
I feel like, I don't know if all the Good Omens people have just been like, come on, bring it on. Because they've been clamoring for it.
The first season was based on the book, and the book is like 20-something years old. And they did it. It took a while. And this one is based on just an original idea from Neil Gaiman. And I thought they came out quick from like them announcing that it was going to be a thing to like it's actually going to be coming out in like 2 months or something. I'm like, they don't have a lot of time to pull the rest of it off. But I don't know. I'm super looking forward to it. They announced like John Hamm and a bunch of the cast coming back. And we actually just started watching Good Omens yesterday. The first series, just the first like half hour, I guess, of the first episode. That shit still hits. That shit is still hilarious. Yeah. And the performances, everything is just like pitch perfect. But I'm looking forward to it so bad. The funny thing is, I don't think Christina knows the second one's coming out soon. So I'm just going to like spring it on her. She's going to freak out.
That's cool.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when is it? July 28th. That's, I think, like the last day or a couple days after the Comic-Con. So they're probably going to do a big push there for it. So nerd time. All right. What else? What do we got next?
Next, we're going on to what we watched. Because we watched some things.
We did. All right. What's the first thing we watched?
Berrys, season 4, episode 5.
All right. We're going to have to spoil this one. All right, viewers. Fast forward 5.5 minutes. 5.5 minutes for spoilers where you can listen because we just went in circles and talked a whole lot of nonsense. So anyways, Here we go. Okay, man. Fire away. What did you think of this episode?
I was underwhelmed and a little bit like, what the fuck? It's just too many unanswered things. Then there's the time jump and everything. And maybe they'll resolve everything by the end, right? But I just think that, I mean, it was cool to see them living their life the way they are. I mean, like, I fucking can't stand Sally, bro. I can't stand her. And
you're not supposed to.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not supposed to like any of them, but we like some of them. They all do horrible things, so it's not like, there's just like, I don't know, man. It's just fucked up. And yeah, there's like, I'm worried about Hank. What is Hank? I'm worried about different things, and there's no resolution. And I think, especially since the show hasn't done this before, I mean, kudos for them for going for something big. But I don't know. I might change my mind by the end of the season to, like, maybe they did a good job. That was the right call. But right now, I'm kind of like a little let down.
I wanna back things up by like a week when someone's dumbass was saying, "That's a dream. That's he's in the asylum. That's not real." I'm like, dude, I think that's real. And you're like, there's no way. There's no way. So I just wanted to point out how wrong you were with your prediction. Now that's over with.
So you think this is a good choice?
No. But I thought they were gonna do something great because it's Barry, dude. And because it's Barry, you can't predict so many wild ass random things where I'm like, you're just kind of in for the ride. And yes, this was like the episode. Like if I was to rewatch this whole season again, I would skip this episode because it's like, okay. Where
did they get this fucking kid from? Is that their actual kid?
It's got to be, right? Although neither.
You think she's gonna give birth? She's the most selfish fucking person.
That's an excellent point. I would love to, like, if it turned out Barry kidnapped someone and they're just like, you're a kid now, like, because they're
like raising Arizona style.
Yeah, exactly. They're so insane. I think the only interesting note that someone pointed out is how this episode is basically Sally putting on like the performance of her life. And like she's so like into that. And this is like represents like the biggest role she's ever had to play is someone on the run hiding and becoming this other person. Mm-hmm. And you kind of see like she's doing that at the same time. She is like lower than anything. Like she's like in her own mind, she's like lower than scum. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because she had like the keys to the kingdom, and now she's like licking the toilet in the bottom chambers of the fucking kingdom. You know what I mean? Yeah. She's like, oh, like, yeah. This is basically her episode, but I have no idea like why or what they did this. At least the only there was the Sally thing and Kusino coming at the very end to kind of like to ground it back into something. Because I was like, what the fuck are we watching?
His son died and he was like, fuck, everybody around me dies, so I'm going to fucking disappear.
Did they say his son died?
No, I'm just assuming. That's my whole point. They don't fucking answer anything. That's Barry. But no, that's not Barry, bro. They give you answers all the time. It's just unexpected when it happens.
It does crazy things. So yeah, I'm sure we'll get the answers. We have to. The next episode better tie everything back up together again because they're in their end game, dare I say it, for the last, the end. And I think it's jumped forward like 8 to 10 years. And so we're going to see, I bet you we're going to see.
I need to send some time jump back. That's what I want.
That's what repeats are for. Hank, where do you think Hank is 8 to 10 years?
In an insane asylum.
I'm curious. I wonder if he just. I think he went all in with the mafia role because he was trying to avoid forever, and I think now he's going to be like the gang lord, just evil and crazy and heartless because he went through some shit and he has nothing else to lose. And now he always has to play the role of like maniac, and I think that's kind of it.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's my prediction. Man, I love the fact that you couldn't predict any of this shit. So
that's fucking lame. That's lame. I love that I can't predict it. Shut up.
You can't predict it, fucking Barry. You never know what the fuck's gonna happen. He's going to get beignets, and all of a sudden he's in a fucking 20-minute highway chase. You're not gonna predict that shit. So get out of my face. Next fucking question.
Whackity whack.
Anyways, I think we're good. Are we good?
Yeah, I'm good.
I think a lot depends on the next episode. All right, what's next?
Moving on to one of my favorite documentary shows in a long time, 100 Foot Wave. The footage that they provide in this show is crazy. and it's kind of like a slow burn where like you kind of like you tune in, but it kind of like lulls you into this like mode of relaxation. Like all these surfer guys are like, yeah, bro, like I just want to catch these waves, and like I want to be this and that, the wave and the water, and you become one, and it kind of lulls you into this like wait, like is that what I want? I just want to relax. I want to be relaxed, and then the footage and stuff like that. But this episode, something unexpected happened. I don't want to like ruin it for anybody that's watching this, but please watch Underfoot Wave, season 2, episode 4. Something crazy happened. I was like, they didn't put a disclaimer up. They didn't do anything. They just showed it. And I'm like, oh my God, what's happening? I wasn't prepared. But great show. Underfoot Wave. There's 2 seasons.
Yeah. I think halfway through the first season, and it's insane. I'm
yeah,
like,
man.
No, thank you. No, I'm gonna keep my feet right here on the land where it's dry and not all drowning in shit.
Bro, there's some shots of where like they fall off the board, right? And remember going to like a canal or something like that, and throwing the rocks and trying to skip the pebbles across the lake or the water and stuff. That's how those fools look, like king, 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 just bouncing off the wave because they're going so fucking fast. I'm like, no thanks.
And they come out like, I died for like a few seconds there, but luckily they had the thing and they resuscitated me at sea with the things. And what
I was really close to dying.
What did you do? I went back out. No.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
Damn, yeah, that show's nuts. 100-foot.
Like it showed like this one girl, like she was surfing in one of the waves, and like it kind of mangled her shoulder and her arm. It's all like twisted one way, shit like that. And they're like, and she's like, she went to the hospital and they fixed it. And 6 months later, she's out there again. I'm like, fuck, dude, I couldn't do that shit.
It's a life thing. It's a life choice, and it's a life way of being. And I don't understand it, but clearly they do, because they're just like, I'm gonna die here. They're like, they got the fucking Tom Cruise mentality, like I'm gonna die on the screen. Like, okay, fucking triple helicopter and it's like, jumping crazy ass.
They enter contests and they want to make money, so that's all they have to do in their entire life. That's it. They just want to have enough money to go to the next contest, to the next town, and surf. That's it.
They're happy. That's the thing. It's like you can see like how much they love it and how happy they are. I'm like, fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
All right.
Good?
Yeah, we're good. Next up, we got the Diplomat.
Yeah. I talked about the first episode last episode. And have you watched any of it yet?
I haven't had a chance.
All right. Spoiler free. Dude, this show was like kind of addictive. And we ended up powering through the whole season. I think it's 8 episodes, and they fly by. They fly, and there's like, it's political intrigue. There's no like send in the Marines or some shit. You know what I mean? It's more like so and so's talking to so and so, but they're not really talking to so and so. But they're really talking to this other person, but they have to pretend like they're talking to so and all sorts of crazy shit like that is over and over, and things get layered and layered and more complicated, and it moves fast, dude. There are some scenes in this show where I have no idea what was even happening. And I'm like, I'm not even going to try to figure out what the fuck was going on. Just moving on to the next one. You'll tell me later. Because, I'm just like, what? This show does not hold your hand. This show moves really fast. The performances are all great. There's like one or two scenes where I was like, they could have done without that. It was some awkwardness, but it's like half the show is about trying to figure out what happened with this one event through the proper channels. And the other half of the show is the relationships between all the people. Like the Diplomat, played by Carrie Russell, and her husband, played by Rufus Sewell. Fantastic together, but they kind of like hate each other, but they're like married. And they have to go into the situation, and you get to see their relationship within this larger relationship of other people. Then it gets really complicated with other characters, and you see their relationships with each other outside of like this fucking crisis situation. So it's really interesting. It's fun.
Is it Aaron Sorkin-y? Is it like that?
Yes, but it's not to the point where you feel like you're watching like a play. Like everyone mostly speaks like actual people, just really smart, experienced people. not like Aaron Sorkin, where everyone's like a fucking poet, which is
Yeah.
really fun, by the way.
Yeah.
But this is not like that. It's more like grounded, and this is more of a more or less is more kind of thing. And it's just fun, man. So I
Yeah.
highly recommend The Diplomat. You will probably get addicted, and they do some stuff. We'll talk about it some other time, but it's just fun. And they already announced a second season, so I can see why. I'm like, dude, there's a lot happening. And they have a lot of scenes, or there's like an episode where it just takes place in like 3 rooms. Just people talking, trying to figure shit out, and it's like go. It's fun and it's interesting. It's not like an over the top crazy thing. But recommend The Diplomat on Netflix. Check it out. Apparently, it's doing really, really well. So doesn't need my recommendation, but go for it if you're looking for something to put on your list.
Cool.
All
I
right.
definitely look forward to it. I love Carrie Russell, so
It is not a glamorous role. Like I like it. I like the way it's done. The writing and the portrayal is fantastic. All right.
cool. All right,
All
moving
right.
on.
Here we go.
We've been putting it off.
Mhm.
Finally, kind of, we're on the same level. Ted
Yeah.
Lasso season 3. We're all the way up to episode 9. I'm halfway through episode 9, and you finished episode 9. But we can totally talk about everything that's happened so far.
All right. So spoilers coming.
Yeah.
All right, listeners. We spoiled Ted Lasso for about 11 minutes and 30 seconds.
Wow. The whole season.
Whole season. We get into the current one. So fast forward 11 minutes, 30 seconds. All right, man. Your thoughts so far on season 3?
There's been some ups and downs, but there's been a couple of standout episodes that I really enjoyed, and they were like, emotional episodes and stuff. I'm not a big fan. I've never been a big fan of the Keeley character, so all her storylines and stuff like that I'm not really connected to. So, but I really like what was the kid with the restaurant, and he was like, they're like,
Sam.
shut up, Sam. I loved all that. I love that episode with his dad and everything, and that was really like heart moving, and it did surprise me when the team was back there. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end, I was like, man, that was so cool, and yeah, man. So that was one of those Ted Lasso moments, I guess, where you just like feel it. And then I kind of feel like I feel bad for Ted because the team is successful and they're going through this newfound success because they're in the Premier League, but he's still processing everything, all his personal stuff. And him, like when his son is visiting and he's kind of like probing the kid, like, so,
does he read you stories?
Yeah. And it's like he's doing himself more harm than anything, like he's putting
the fact that he wanted to hire a private investigator to follow his ex-wife in Paris just so he can know like how serious is that relation. You know what I mean? He can't let go. He has a hard time. And I totally get it. I mean, he's human. He's just kind of doing that over the top reaction. And
it's tough, man. It's tough. Like I love the first few episodes with that guy Saza. That shit was hilarious, bro. Like they based that character on a real guy.
Really?
Yeah, dude. There's this guy. His name's Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I was like, that guy's just like Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He thought he was like, God's greatest gift he's played in so many teams. It's so fucking funny, bro. It's just like big.
How did you like the opening kick? Like when he first shows up and they go and he kicks it all the way across the field and makes a goal. Like in his first time he touches the ball, I was like, what?
I mean, it's cheese dick. I mean, it's not going to happen, but there's been similar tries and kicks that happen. Like the one guy will kick it like 5 feet to another guy, and then they kick it, and something like that's happened before. So it's not like, like, I mean, I don't think I've seen it done, but I don't think it's like impossible. Some goalies are dipshits. They'll stand way too forward and they'll miss it, But yeah, some of the soccer stuff I don't really pay attention to, except how they're playing the total football. When they did the total football stuff, I think they're trying to emulate like some of the like really fun clubs to watch, where they talk about Pep Guardiola. That's like a real coach, man, and that's like he's coached Barcelona when Barcelona was quote unquote the greatest team of all time when they played like tiki taka, all these little passes, and now he's in Manchester City, which is one of the rivals that they had, and so I'm having fun with all this that part of the soccer stuff.
Cool. I noticed like maybe it's my imagination, but it's way less soccer. The first like 7-8 episodes of the season, I think. Like they go into a little bit and then it's just kind of nothing for like a big dry spell. And you kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it feeds into the heart of the team a lot of the time when they kind of show
they just let you know that they're losing. They're on a losing streak or they're on a winning streak or whatever.
Yeah. But I think showing more, it resonates a little bit better when they actually show it versus talking about it. But at the same time, and to your point, the Keely thing, I didn't understand. Maybe I totally missed something like her relationship with Jack and kind of like, okay, you saw it was coming. I just don't understand why we needed to spend so much time on it when it was kind of like, I didn't quite understand the point. I'm hoping they're going to make the point soon, maybe.
The point of the relationship or the point of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I think... Well, sorry.
Why were we following her around so much?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, did I really need to spend that much time? That was it. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Because she's like, I mean, on the call sheet, I don't know what, like, storyline, I don't know where she falls in there. She's just a publicist. And she's friends with the owner. And like you said, like, why are we doing a whole episode with this lady? And then her partner that seems to be kind of closeted still, you know what I'm saying? Like she's not all the way in or whatever the case may be. So
yeah, not quite sure. Like it felt like Keely's more of like a nice flavor that kind of comes in and punches up some scenes with some characters. It really brings out characters a lot, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, I like her performance. She's funny.
Yeah. And Roy Kent, he had some good episodes. The Amsterdam episode was funny. It was cool. Like when the coach drank the tea and then Ted ended up drinking the tea. That was cool too. I liked some of the revelations of Jamie and Roy when they were riding the bike and stuff like that. That was really fucking cool. And Roy not knowing how to ride a bike.
Yeah.
Like Roy went down a little bit. I mean, a lot for me when he was like, who's the video for? Again, your insecurities get the best of you, man. He did he was just doing the same shit that Ted Lasso was doing because his insecurities, you know what I'm saying? And it's tough. It's tough to be in the moment and try to figure out, you know, like some things are more than just about me. And, you know.
And especially when like Roy was treated like a god for like a long time.
Yeah.
So then when you get knocked down a bunch of pegs, like how do you get back in society and how do you interact with other people, like have real meaningful relationships?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh man, especially I think like in the Ted Lasso, him taking his relationship for probably granted in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Or he was like too positive instead of like trying to figure out like working through the problems. Yeah, now he's got to face it and that shit's coming back hard. Yeah, I get it. But I mean, it's good. I think this season feels like not as strong as the last two seasons, but at the same time, it's more than enough for like when it airs, like we're into it. We're all gotta watch it. Yeah.
I think I like this season more than season 2, but definitely season 1 is definitely a standout. I like a lot of the vulnerability that everybody's showing this season. And yeah, man, like who knew that, like if you're watching season 1 and watching season 3 now, that Jamie Tart would be like, you know,
exactly
a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
You know,
he's almost in the back seat for a lot of time. And then he'll just kind of show up every now and then, do something decent, and just go, how he talks is so crazy sometimes. Yeah. It's pretty funny.
I'm not doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You know, like that whole bit. And,
what do you think about Nate's turn, his whole character arc?
That's confusing too, I think. It's confusing because like now, we'll go ahead.
No, I was trying to figure out, like, he kind of was like the villain. He was like an asshole.
Yeah.
But then you meet like his parents or his dad is a fucking asshole. And like, he's always trying to like impress people that are just not capable of being impressed.
Yeah.
And And then he thinks he impressed Rupert.
Yeah.
Like he's like this kind of like a father figure. And then he notices Rupert's basically a massive piece of shit. So he's kind of like in this weird place. And like, so I'm like, does he think he's made a mistake at this point? And does he realize, like, I don't know. I'm curious what his story is. Like, I kind of figured he would just kind of go away, but we're following him like a lot. So they're going to try to say something.
Yeah. Like the whole, like dating the hostess and I'm like, oh man, is the girl going to do her wrong? Like, I'm worried about him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, why am I worried about this guy when this guy was, obviously he can't process his emotions because he gets so angry, right? Like, and he's so like,
and he's hard on himself.
Yeah, super hard on himself. Didn't he like spit on him or like? Yeah.
It's like weird.
Yeah, it's like this is odd. Like an odd way to take it out on yourself.
He's got some deep shit going on. He's the one who needs to see that fucking Dr. Sharon therapist when we get the opportunity. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Man, like if all the people, like he needed it probably the most at that point. I'm like, God damn, dude.
Yeah.
But I think it's only one more episode and the entire show is done.
Oh, really? They're not doing season 4?
I thought they said this is the last season.
Oh, wow.
But there's like loose rumors of them either maybe doing some kind of a season 4, but like in it slightly differently, like it's going to focus on other players. Like I think Jason Sudeikis doesn't want to do it anymore. I'm not quite sure, but it seems like they said this is the last season.
Yeah,
but there's always that chance when Apple pulls that money truck up.
Yeah,
and then fucking they're like, yes, please. So we'll see.
We'll see.
I think it's getting really expensive because all the dudes on the show are winning tons of Emmys, and the writers and the directors and the actors. You know what I mean? Like, you got to pay those dudes.
And that lady, what's her name? The owner, Rebecca? Is that her name?
Dude, she's awesome. Yeah.
I mean, she's a hard body. Let me tell you that. Like, every time I see her, I just like, you know what song I hear in the back? You dropped the bomb on me, baby.
Dude, you know, I was telling Christina, like, for like a film, the perfect role she should get is Tom Cruise's boss in Mission Impossible. I think she should be like his fucking boss. Like she would whoop fucking ass.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
And there'd be like that weird sexual tension between them.
Yeah.
Like,
but yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
I gotta learn her name one of these days.
3 Emmys later.
Yeah.
All right. We're good?
Yeah, I think so. All right, moving on.
All right. Sticking with Apple Plus, a little show called Silo.
We got yeah. I forgot we got one more to talk about.
Yeah. I watched the first 2 episodes. Now there's a third. I don't know if you knew that, but they did like 2 and then 3 days later they did one more.
You know, I read about it. We watched the first one.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I'm really intrigued, man. I'm in. I want to know what the story, like, it's funny because people have like this weird sense of like, they just follow people with authority blindly sometimes. Mm-hmm. And it's like, these people they're in this hole and because they tell them that that's where we need to be and nobody questions it.
I think the
psychology behind it is fascinating.
No, there's a large amount of, look at how people follow politicians.
Yeah.
And like, they know that they're being lied to.
Yeah.
But it's the lie that makes them be able to sleep comfortably at night.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's like the choice we sometimes make as humans. We're like, all right, I'm just going to go with this. And it's kind of like, I just need some kind of a peace and this is going to provide me that peace. And I'm just going to accept this, even though if I really take a step back and look at all the parts, like nothing makes fucking sense. But that's what this show kind of like shows, like society in this giant silo at some point in the future. Would you say? I don't know. Alternate world. I don't know. But how do you like the designs of the show?
I like it. It feels a little bit like Firefly-ish, you know what I'm saying? Like the little bit like trinkets, like and I like it. I like some of it. Some of it makes you feel like, oh, this is the future, but some of it makes you feel like, oh, this is kind of like rooted in the past. Like,
it's like the future when this with the 60s, like everything stopped advancing in the 60s
yeah,
and it was just maintained for 100
yeah,
years or something.
yeah. I'm like the sheriff looks like a fucking sheriff. Like the uniform looks like a normal sheriff uniform. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the computers stuff that they're like, it looks like an old 1984 Mac, whatever.
Mhm.
But it's like doing all this shit that normal that computer couldn't do back then. You know what I'm saying? So, but then they have like they can project the outside on this giant screen that looks digital and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Yeah. It's a mix and match of
yeah,
like this technology fucking sucks, but this technology is like ultra HD.
yeah. And
But
then
we're
the
looking at them.
whole
Yeah.
the birth control thing that looks fucking scary. I'm like, I don't want that shit in me. You know what I'm
That looks
saying?
medieval.
Yeah, medieval as fuck. Yeah. So like that's like the trinket part. I'm like, oh, there's this file. It
Mhm.
looks like this fucking metal, fucking reel to reel shit. And I'm like, what the hell? But I like it, man. I like it. It's like visually appealing, and all the acting is great. Like I fucking forgot about Rebecca Ferguson, like the first episode. Um, uh, Rashida Jones did a great job.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah, and then the
I've never
sheriff.
seen Rashida Jones do a role like this. So I was like,
Yeah, I
damn.
mean, either she's usually like the sidekick in a romantic comedy or like a funny
Mhm.
person, funny show.
I didn't
Um,
realize. Yeah.
the guy's name I never can say it. So, but the guy is always really good too, man. He's
David Oyayo or something.
Oliweyu or something. Yeah, like see, like it's kind of as out
Yeah, I
there.
always screw up his name.
Yeah.
Dude, he was great in the first Planet of the Apes film. I think it was the first time I saw him. I'm like,
Oh
this guy's
yeah.
good. This guy's good. He's
Yeah.
got like a thing. He's good.
Yeah. Yeah. He
Um,
has like power in his posture. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Like so he's always, and I've seen some interviews where he talks about the roles that he picks, and that he's never gonna be where he's never gonna play a character where it brings his quote unquote people down, or like he needs something that affirms the strong black man that he is. And that's what
Mm,
that's usually the roles that he goes for. He's not gonna go for a stereotype or
yeah.
stereotypical type, like he got my chains or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Something stupid. He's gonna go for something that's,
Gonna be lifting.
yeah. So more
I
props
like
to
that.
him.
And Will Patton also surprising. I didn't realize he was
Yeah, man.
moving.
He
Like
just
he
shows
was
up
like,
and it's like,
I was like, what?
yeah,
That's it, Will Patton. I only really, really noticed once he started talking. I was like, wow, they got some. Yeah, it
yeah,
doesn't even look like him, but I'm like,
yeah,
it's him.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good from. What's it
It's a
called? Not
lot of
Oakland,
questions.
Outer Range. Also on
I
Amazon.
know.
So
And
I was like,
always
this
like, man,
guy.
like this guy's always like, he's either an alcoholic or he's got a gambling problem, or, you know, he's never
Yeah,
right. He's never just right.
he's always in the middle of something.
Yeah.
He's around, something not good's
Yeah.
happening.
He's had a vision. No, see, you don't see what I see. Oh,
Oh
man.
yeah,
But
great
Silo's
cast.
good, man. I like it. I'm looking
Really
forward
cool
to
show.
the entire season.
Yeah, me too. I'm only one in, and Christina super digs it. I'm like, dude,
Cool.
it's just going to ramping up. I'm like, dope.
And then Tim Robbins is in it.
Mhm.
Crazy.
Yeah,
He looks weird. He looks
and
funny.
there's a couple other people who haven't showed up yet that I know are in it too. I'm
Oh,
like,
really?
I heard
Oh,
that.
man.
Yeah, you see names and credits and
Yeah.
stuff. You're like, okay, they're going to show up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think you're going to be happy about that.
Yeah.
But let's move on.
Yep.
Silo, big thumbs up for both of us. Top of the list, I would think, right
Yeah.
now on Apple.
Yeah. Speaking of the list, new to the list. Here we
Yeah.
go. We adding some stuff. This is another Apple show, High Desert, May 17th.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
It look like Patricia Arquette, and she's like a detective or something. I don't know. It looks like a quirky kind of Coen-y brother type thing, where something happens and they're figuring it out, but a bunch of quirky shit happens too. Like, like they peed on my carpet, type shit. Like Big Lebowski.
Okay. All right. I probably check it out at some point. I think I saw some before. I'm like, it looks interesting. It's not top of my list, but I think
Yeah.
when I'm running out of other stuff, it might be on there. But I mean, the fucking Great is playing right now, so that's getting elevated. So there's a competition for the list right now.
It sure is.
All right, what else we got?
White Man Can't Jump, May 19th on Hulu. It's a series.
What are your thoughts on this?
At first, I was like, we don't need to do this. We already have the best one. You know, like, we got, Woody Harrelson, Wesley Snipes, and Rosie Perez. We don't need this other bullshit. But watching it, I kind of like a contemporary kind of take on it a little bit. And I know that the original, like Wesley Snipes can't play basketball for shit. So there was like a bunch of editing and stuff in the first one. So these guys look like they can play. So they don't cut away, they just like show them hooping. So that's kind of cool. Like as far as the basketball part goes. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot.
I think if I was to do that, here's my problem. If I haven't watched the trailer for it, believe it or not, because I think if I watched it or I watched a show and I reviewed it, I would like a day or two later I hear a knock on my door and I'd open up and my little younger brother Joe would be standing at the door and I'd be like, hey, what's up? And then bang, he'd slap the shit out of me and walk away without saying anything. And I'm like, yep, shouldn't have watched it. And that's it. That's all I have to say.
Joe's gonna watch it. He's gonna let me know too now. When he hears this, he's be like, no, I'm not gonna watch it. He's gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm not. There's so many things right now on the list that's not even registering for me. But hey, hopefully it's fun for folks.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got?
All right, man. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. HBO. May 23rd.
I will check it out on HBO for free. You know what I mean?
See, for me, this is gonna go way down, bro. I don't know when I'm gonna watch this.
It didn't get great reviews. Like the first one was a lot of fun, and it was like because it was supposed to be like it's very light, and it was kind of what they needed. This one apparently is much darker and not as fun, and it's like, So I'm like, I don't know. I'll click it and we'll start it and we'll see how far we go. It's still lower on the list than like say The Great and a bunch of other shit like Silo, but we'll see. I don't know. Fingers crossed, but it's coming soon.
Yeah.
Included. All right, what's the last one?
Last one, Air. It's on Prime now, people.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah.
You won't regret it.
Yeah, we watched part of it. And next week, we're going to review Air next week.
Yeah.
100% happening. Super looking forward to it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. And that's Ben Affleck wrote, or I don't know if he wrote, but he directed.
I think they wrote it together along with somebody else.
Yeah. And it's about how Nike's quest for Michael Jordan to sign off on a shoe and how
it feels like a continuation of the Lakers show that we watched.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the big things. I mean, that one literally a 20-second snippet from that episode
of Phil Knight offering the thing to Magic.
Yeah, which was like the craziest thing. And they did all the numbers. Were like, if he accepted this amount of money, he'd be worth $1.2 billion now. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And they didn't. So you get to see the other side of that coin, of the Michael Jordan one, in a full-on film.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck yeah, that sounds awesome. But super excited to talk to you more about it next week.
Yeah, I'm definitely lots to talk about there.
All
right, man. Moving on. We made it through the list. Now we got our world famous double feature. The topic is, because of Silo, we're going to go a little sci-fi mystery. What's really going on out there?
Yeah. What is happening?
What's going on? What do you got? You want me to go? You go? What's going on?
I'll go first. No, you go first.
All right.
Because I only picked one, and I what are the odds that we picked the second
one? I don't even think you watched this one.
Exactly. So I think we're good. But
all right. So I'm going to go first, and I got all right, a little film, literally from 2009, called Pandorum. Dennis Quaid and Ben Foster. Yeah, see, it borders on the
I'm making a face right now. I don't know what the hell you're talking
about. Creepy corner.
Oh.
Well, they're like they're on a boat. I mean, on a spaceship, right? and everybody's asleep because they're trying to find a planet that we can, because Earth is done. No more Earth.
Sounding familiar, but okay.
Yeah. Sounding familiar, right? Earth is done. No más Earth. So we got to go jump on the ship and find somewhere to live. But something goes wrong and somebody wakes up.
No.
And then there's something happening on the ship.
Shit.
And then there's a crazy twist at the end.
I'm guessing the ship is very dark, so you don't see a lot of things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And what is that called when they have space dementia, space something?
Space crazies. I don't know.
Yeah. There's some space crazies going on. But man, Ben Foster was really good. Dennis Quaid.
Ben Foster's always good.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Pandorum. You can
write that down.
You can watch it for free on Tubi.
Tubi. There we go. See, now you're pumping them up.
Yeah, man.
Cool, man.
This is one of the movies I showed Matthew too. Like, hey, man, it was kind of like it's like a deep cut.
How did he like it?
He liked it. It was like at the end, you're like, oh, snap. But yeah, it's good.
No good. All right, cool, man.
What about you? Here we go.
All right.
Moment of truth.
I go.
Time to stop bullshitting.
I don't know, man. This movie's good. This is actually, you know what? You could almost put this creepy corner-ish, but I think probably not.
Okay.
I went with 10 Cloverfield Lane. And it's like I was trying to figure out like a
psychological thriller, sci-fi.
That has to do with like kind of apocalyptic-ish, touches, kind of like the Bird Box and Silo. Yeah. I was trying to get those flavors going.
Yeah.
And this is, it's not a
John Goodman,
sequel.
Right?
John Goodman, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and John Gallagher. And it's about like a side story to Cloverfield where like these creatures have invaded Earth and shit's over. You're fucked.
Yeah.
And the whole story for this mostly takes place like in an underground bunker of these folks trying to hide. But are they trying to hide or are they really being held prisoner?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From a quote unquote threat. And it's kind of like goes all over the place. I'm like, what's really happening here? And it's really, really good. It goes from like, okay, to oh shit. Like, oh, okay. Oh, fuck. And John Goodman this cast is fantastic together.
John Goodman is great.
Have you seen this film?
Yeah.
It's so good. And it's directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who also recently directed last year's Prey. So the dude knows what's up. He's good. And he just has a good grasp of storytelling.
Yeah.
Keeping things tense when they need to be tense and light when they need to be light. And it's a good, creepy, psychological, slight post-apocalyptic take on that story.
Mm-hmm.
Solid fucking movie, 10 Cloverfield Lane. So that's my pick for sci-fi mystery.
That's cool, man. Those are pretty good. Yeah. I think they go good together, actually.
I think they would go excellent together.
Yeah, having watched both of them, yeah, they're pretty good, man. Good job.
So there you go. You too. Yeah, way to pull one out.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. Damn. Enjoy that one.
Bro, you set me up, bro. Like, what are you doing? That's your fault.
Yeah, that's what the edit button is for. All right.
Ay. Sorry.
All right.
Well, that's our show, man. Any parting comments or anything else you want to get off your chest?
Not really. It's gonna be a busy week with me at work, so I'm just trying to play catch up on watching what I can when I can.
Yeah.
And it's been a little slow going, but the list is starting to build a little too big. So
I know there's a bunch of shit coming out.
Yeah. And damn. All right. You know what I'm looking for? I'm trying to figure out when I can buy the Blu-ray Dungeons and Dragons film. It's not available quite yet, but I want to watch it.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna want to buy it, so just put it available and send it to me now.
Yeah.
I just want to watch it and have fun because I've heard amazing things.
Yeah. Me too.
And I'm sorry about your Warriors.
Yeah. So now it's one game every other day, I think. I got the Denver Nuggets winning, taking it all. Fuck the Lakers.
There you go. You heard it here first, folks.
Yep.
All right. Sign us out of here.
All right. Well, that's our show. Thank you for listening, everybody. Please like and subscribe. Forgive Andres for all his horrible takes. Leave comments and recommendations. Are we missing anything out there? A shout out to Sarah. She put me onto this show called Jury Duty. It's on Freebie with Michael Martson. It looks funny. I'm going to check it out.
We'll review it next week.
Yeah. So thank you, Sarah. And I'm Francisco.
And I'm Andres.
Have a great week. Put it on the list. 2 Nerds, 1 Pod. Let's go. Vámonos.